I went old school today because I felt like it. Hi, how is everybody doing today? My name is Charlie. I am here. I'm an non-binary sci-fi fantasy writer, and fortunately, I am not alone. I am joined by the one, the only, the amazing Cat Leo.
Hi.
Ugh. Today has been a day and a half already, and it's what 4 o'clock my time. Yeah, it's 4 o'clock my time, and like 3 days have happened so
Nice.
far. Yay!
I think
Just
I'm
just
seeing what my coworker saw now. It's like I'm actually looking at myself and I'm like, oh, I looked worse yesterday.
I yeah, I noticed as soon as I got my camera on, I was like, maybe doing a deep scrub on my face was not the right thing to do on a day that I'm streaming. Like I am red,
It's
but
okay.
it's fine. It's fine. I didn't have time or energy for makeups. It's fine. Hello, CB. How are you doing today? Oh, so, man, it has been a week and a half. So, just to get people caught up, and just so you know, if I'm very kind of out of it, last week our hot water heater decided to try to kill us. And hello, cool gamer. Um, while Brian was in the shower and I was still asleep, it decided to pump uh, gas and carbon monoxide into the house. And I was asleep and had no idea. Brian was in the closed bathroom taking a shower and had no idea until he stepped out and smelled how strong the. Luckily, it also did a gas leak at the same time because he could smell
Beginning.
the gas leak and ran around opening all the windows and desperately trying to get me up. So, needless to say, my lung capacity is not what it should be for a human being of my size right now. Um, Everything's fine. We no longer have any gas powered anything in this house because that was our solution to this is no. Just
Fair.
no. Um, we shut the gas out on the line, so no way for it to get into the house. Um, but if I'm coughing a lot, that's why. I am still chugging on the unofficial beverage of the stream, a nice little liquid death, because the bubbles help. I'm I'm doing a lot better today. Yeah, yeah. It was unpleasant. It was not good. It it yeah. And I'm just I'm not completely with it right now. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to keep
That's both
myself
of us.
right. Like there's just my energy levels are not where they should be. I am trying to push on. I'm trying to do things, but turns out it takes 7 days for your blood to replace itself. And when carbon monoxide attaches to the hemoglobin, it doesn't let go. So basically, it's going to be in you until those blood cells get replaced, which means your ability to absorb oxygen is restricted until those blood cells get replaced. So it's been almost a week. So hopefully, most of that interchange has happened. I'm doing a lot better today. I slept almost all day yesterday. Um, Wanted to sleep all day Monday, but had work that I had to do. Um, but yeah, I am here. I am. If I see more out of it than usual, that's why. Because I know some people when they hear me kind of low energy, they're like, "Oh, is the depression key back?" Well, yes, but that's not what the problem is right now. Um, that's a whole side issue over there that we'll just deal with later. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a thing. Yeah,
Her
we
stuff got fixed.
that's yeah, we actually have a tankless electric water heater now. which required rewiring the house to be able to support it, because it needed to have extra special kinds of breakers installed into the breaker box and everything for it. But we don't have a tank anymore, so we don't have to worry about the leaking. 'Cause that was the other thing that it did, is it spilled a whole bunch of water on the floor out there. Luckily, the tank didn't rupture, so the
Yeah.
house wasn't flooded. But we now have an electric tankless system that works very, very nicely.
Good.
And yeah, but the hard part of that is all of that was being installed on Saturday, and Saturday is the day that I take to like let my little neurodivergent brain recuperate.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do what it needs to do to be in good stead, and I did not get to do that. So this is 2 weeks in a row I haven't had to have I haven't had my self-care day, which is also really
Bad.
wearing on me. Yeah, so I'm not trying to get sympathy votes here. I'm not trying to I'm just
No, that's like fully understandable.
yeah. I know some people worry when I'm low energy because I've had a lot of issues with depression and stuff, and not is just life is hard right now, y'all. Alrighty. So that's my update. Kat, did you have any updates that you
Apparently I have kidney stones. I Friday morning went to the ER, my first ER visit, and the hospital, they were like, "You're in our system, but we have no information on you." I'm like, "Yeah, because the last time I was here, I was born. This is the last time I was at the hospital." So that was my first ER visit. I had my first CAT scan, my first surgery that night, to remove the kidney stone, because apparently a 6 millimeter kidney stone is pretty big.
Yeah.
Because when my body decides to be a jerk, it decides to be a jerk big time. So I'm taking a small pharmacy of medication, one of which gives me blurred vision. So if I suddenly see I might have turned my head too quickly or scrolled too quickly.
So I know people think that like, oh, there's Charlie being superstitious again, but I had seen this coming with the with the eclipse and everything. So I was talking to people, and it was just this weird cluster of everything all of a sudden happening for good, bad, and everything in between. And I've been saying for a month or two leading up to the eclipse, get ready, and for a month or two after it, get ready. There's a wave of just everything needs to change heading this way. And if you don't have your lightning rods up to catch it the way you want, who knows how it's going to hit you. And even though we did all of the stuff that we needed to do, it's still hitting us in weird ways. So there's something happening right now. Like everyone seems to be getting hit with various random either health issues or job issues, or it's all clustered really hard right now.
Yeah. And also, so Thursday was my GI appointment. To talk to my GI doctor about my ulcerative colitis. Turns out my body is creating antibodies against the Humira.
That's fun.
Right? And so my levels aren't high enough, and they're creating antibodies. So what we're going to try and do is get it approved for me to do injections weekly. So instead of every other Monday, it's going to be every Monday. I get to stab myself.
So
to try and counteract it.
So for all of the new injections and for CB winning NaNoWriMo, let's have a party! Woo!
But hopefully because I am feeling better. Like I'm definitely better than I was. Like I can feel that, but it's not where I should be.
Yeah, that's what's been really hard to explain to people. Yeah, I feel that. Like I am feeling so much better than I was, but
nowhere near what it's supposed to be.
yeah, like that that's a really low bar. like I just I I have not felt this bad for a very long time, and that time I had to be hospitalized for a couple of weeks. The last time I felt this bad. So fortunately, that is not the case this time, and
Yeah.
hopefully, but oh, it's just yeah. So I don't know what we're going to be doing today. So to all you lovely people in the chat, I am here for directions. If y'all want to do sprints, we can do sprints. I got stuff that I could, should, and ought to be working on. If you just want to be chatty today, we can put up some questions and do some chatty stuff today. I wanted to be here for this stream, and I love doing this so much. And I want to. Oh, we got a Megan boop. And we're all fighting over Megan. There we go.
Hello.
Hello. We were just going over all of the suffering in our lives that have brought us to the place that we are today. How are you doing? Tell us
I'm
about.
actually doing pretty well. I just got off the phone with my BFF. I mean, she's not doing very well, but we had a good conversation, which was really nice. And other than that, I've just been chilling all day. So I've been going through the archives, and I found this great story. Well, I found so much fun stuff in the archives today. It's been fun. Oh, there is a wet dog now. I guess someone got a bath. Oh, princess.
I
Splashy,
need to
splashy.
adjust this blanket. This blanket is not at all keeping me warm like I want it to be.
Oh, that's my other issue. Is I really want to have my weighted blanket and stuff on because it helps with my brain and my concentration. But it is very nice out right now, and given the whole like gas leak trying to kill me thing, I like having air coming in from outside. Like
Yeah.
it's like it is beneficial to my psychology to see that fan in the window over there bringing
Yeah.
air in from the outside. Like yes, all of the air, yes, it stinks because I think we have another meth lab in the neighborhood, but it's
Oh man.
fine. I think it blew up the other night. I don't know what happened. There was a weird smell that was like fire mixed with chemicals, mixed with plastic, mixed with there's a certain smell that if you've ever smelled a meth lab, you will never forget, but is almost impossible to describe. And then there were a whole bunch of ambulances and police cars and fire trucks that shot down the street. So I don't know what happened, but something definitely happened.
Yeah.
That's kind of been the question du jour around here is for about 4 days in a row, we had, and I'm not just talking about like a cop car, like 4, 5, 6 at a time rushing out down the street after something.
Yeah.
Wow.
And mind you, for those of you who don't know, I live in a very rural place. Like I live in a kind of a community here because my grandpa divided up our family farm and built houses on it to make some money to help support his siblings and kids. But like it's fairly rural out here. Like we have 40,000 people in the entire county.
Wow.
That's not even counting. That's not like, and we're not a small county. Butler County is not a small county. So, there's only 40,000 of us here. Like our town tripled in population during the eclipse with the number of people that came here because it went right. Like we were right in the middle of the totality line.
Oh.
So our town got a shout out on CNN and everywhere that was talking about where to go see the eclipse. Our town was one of the towns that got the shout out because we were right in the middle of the line of totality going through. So yeah, we had 80,000 people flood into our little community here. I think they said they registered 140,000 people in total, but it peaked at 80,000 people in town at one new
Wow.
people in town
Damn.
just for the eclipse. So, but yeah, we are very small and rural out here, and all of these cop sounds. It's like, is there anybody left to arrest over there? Like, why are you still going over there? What's going
I'm
on?
like, what's happening?
Like, there aren't that many of us out here. Why are you still having problems? Did you forget how to arrest people? I don't understand. But yeah, life's been weird around here. I'm just gonna say it's been weird. Oh, before I forget, because I want to say this a couple times during the stream today, I am not going to be having a stream on this channel next Wednesday because I'm going to be doing a stream on my other channel, Creations Pass, next Wednesday because it is Beeltana. It is May Day. And I wanted to do something over there, and I was trying to figure out how to do scheduling with all that and all my other obligations, and I was just like, I'm just going to I'm just going to switch off which channel I'm streaming on that day. So I'm just going to do a stream over there because I would like to do something. I would like to say that I have enough energy in me to do a video, but I feel like no.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But I want to do something for Beeltana, and this is a holiday that has meant a lot to me for the last 30 some years of my life. Like I have practiced this holiday for a very long time. It means a lot to me, and I want to do something. So I will be over there. I have some ideas of what I want to do. I definitely want to do a Rosk for prosperity and abundance because it's the time of year to do stuff like that. So call in on all the powers that be to help us out with some, monies and stuff. And also probably a Rosk of protection as well, because that's also what this time of year is for.
Depending on how I'm feeling, I might be there, considering I'm getting this tent removed on Tuesday.
Oh, fun. Have fun with that.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll just be a relief of pressure.
Yeah.
Because I can feel it.
Ugh.
So there's just this weird pressure in my lower right hip.
That just gives me body horror vibes. Like,
yeah. Hashtag don't recommend. This whole situation is a hashtag not recommended.
Yeah.
I have like a slow building list of like ulcerative colitis. Cat not recommended.
I feel like that's like the
IV in your
life story.
Cat not recommended.
Maybe just no. But like I said, I am even with everything that's been happening, very, very hopeful about where things are going and where things are heading. But I just want to sleep.
Again, this is a mood.
I just
I'm burritoed in my desk chair.
If it wasn't so warm in here, I would be I would be joining you because I definitely have my blankets right here.
I'm in the basement, so the basement's colder than the rest of the house. Like, especially the section my desk is in. So we heat the whole house through the basement. Like, the room I sleep in, we heat the whole house from that room. So like, but it goes up. It doesn't come over here.
Gotcha.
Like, it'll go through the floor into the kitchen, or it will even like go that way and then up the stairs. But it doesn't like to come this way because I'm at the far end.
Yeah, we don't do basements around here because
it's understandable.
It
you live in a swamp.
Yeah, it used to be a swamp. So like,
yeah,
this is one of those places where you can just dig down a little bit and just watch the water start filling in the hole.
Yeah,
So
I mean, there's a swamp across the street.
and there's part of me that's just like, let's just bring the beavers back and return as much as they want to them. Like we can get this fixed, because with all the new roads they put in here, all it does is flood around here now.
Ugh.
Because they didn't take into consideration drainage, because the parts of town that flood are the parts of town where the poor people live, and well, why worry? The rich people are fine.
Mainly, probably because the poor people make those rich people money. They should be concerned about it.
That would be called using their brain. They don't
Yeah.
know
I
how to do
know.
that.
Yeah, it's really hard to explain a certain kind of greed that exists in people that have like obscene wealth. It's one of the things that makes our county look good on paper is like the median wealth of this area is quite high, because for some reason a bunch of rich people have houses here.
Random, but okay.
I don't understand it either. Like, of all the places you could live, like, you're not in Colorado. Like, Colorado is gorgeous. You're not in California. California is gorgeous. Texas is the homeland of the devil, and I have nothing nice to say about it, but I used to live there.
Or like the area I live in. Like, I forget that we have like people that make a lot of money in our area, like in my hometown and this town. I'm like, why is this bougie person? I'm like, oh yeah, we have really pretty lakes, so people buy lake houses.
Yeah, we the only lake we have, which if people when they come out here want to visit, it's kind of pretty, but it's just a quarry that they put a dam on one side of it, and it filled up with water.
It just kind of did a thing.
And every now and then the dam busts and destroys everything downstream from it, because why spend good money on the dam? Because the rich people don't live south of the dam. It's fine. There's a trend. There's a whole trend to being around here.
Yeah.
But hey, it is what it is. So what I thought we would try is doing a sprint, because there's part of me that would really like to try to get some kind of writing done today. I don't even really care what kind of writing it is. Just some kind of creative anything. It would be nice. So
That sounds highly unpleasant.
Yeah. So I have set up and trust me on this, 15-minute timer. Pay no attention to what you see on the screen. A 15-minute timer. It's fine. Just trust me on it. It's fine. If you watch it closely, you'll understand. But I'm not going to
I don't want her to fix it. I don't want her to fix it.
I really don't either.
I want her to make the exact same timer that's correct, but like keep them both up.
Yes, because I rather enjoy this one. Hello. Let's see. I forgot to do the hearts for people when they got here. Yay, hearts. So you get the first hearts, because my brain don't work and I've kept forgetting to do it. So we're gonna try a 15, and I swears that is actually a 15-minute sprint. And Megan, your job is as follows. If Kat and I fall if Kat and I fall asleep during this,
okay. So I have to stay focused. ADHD cannot interfere. Must focus. Must not get distracted. Okay.
This is going to be a fun social experiment of who's going to win.
Can Megan's ADHD handle this one task?
Can Charlie stay awake for 15 minutes? It's think of it less as a sprint and more as a social experiment live on the internet. because I am going to pull up that thing that I very generously call my outline and see if I can get any words done in it. We'll see. We'll see. It'll be fun. And for the rest of y'all, I wish you all the words. Let's go ahead and get this sprint started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Beepity beep, beepity beep, beepity beep.
I did not fall asleep. Yay!
Yay!
Oh my goodness. Now, can I find the StreamYard? There we are.
Which of my many tabs?
Which of the oh so many tabs is the one that the tabs need to be? Blah blah blah. Oh my goodness. So I started working on another Rosk because I have a problem now, and it's writing Roskana. I'm really enjoying this. Plus, I feel like I need to practice at it. It is a specific type of Irish poem. I have been writing Rosks of Sovereignty lately because, or Roskana of Sovereignty. Roskana is technically the plural of Rosk, but you know, sometimes I pluralize it in English. And they have been very fulfilling to write. And yeah, so that's what I am doing. And I'm not sure anybody will be entirely happy or thrilled with the work that I am doing because I am me, but that's kind of the point. Anyway, how did everybody else do? And oh, I cannot wait to go.
It is so cute. I
I
watched
will
it.
say I'll probably wait for Brian to get home so that we can enjoy them together. Because given my brain, if I watch them, they will get checked off of the to-do list in my brain, and I might forget to show them to him. And you know Brian's not going to check.
Oh, Brian.
That
No, not the book. That hurts my soul.
So a party for the words the CB got. So it's 190 words. That's awesome. I did not count because I also had to do some research and stuff because in my nice little Christopagan world that I'm living in right now, during meditation, I had the idea of why don't I do a poetic version of the creation story using this kind of poetry. So it's somewhere between a commentary and a like, let's bring out all of the juicy secret pagan stuff that was in here all the time, all along. So I don't know how many words I actually got because
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know.
During that sprint, I was looking through the archives, and I was looking specifically at pictures from the Mexican quarter of Los Angeles, where that used to be where is now Union Station. And it was really interesting. There was even a picture of this house that had sheets in the window, and the sheets had Mickey Mouse on it. And I just thought that was so, because you see that like all the time around in the area, in like Los Angeles area, like people will put sheets in their windows and whatnot. And so it just felt so like some things never change.
I watched a documentary a couple days ago about the Zoot Suit riots in Los Angeles.
Zoot Suit riot.
I didn't know what that song was based on, but do now. And
oh wow.
Oh yeah, it was a anti-racist racism riot.
Yeah.
That happened in LA in, I want to say, the 1920s. Yeah, lots of stuff happened. There was murder and cops doing all kinds of not the best things, and like it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I will never hear that song the same way again.
It's funny. My mom got like one of the first CDs my sister and I ever got. I got a collection of Mozart. It was called Tutti Mozart, so like all of Mozart. And she got a jazz CD that had that song on it, and I eventually kind of ended up taking her music because she never really listened to it, but I was fascinated by it.
Yeah, I know, Spence. It's so surprising, isn't it? Yeah.
So surprising, just
So
shocking, utterly shocking.
so surprising. I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and this person used the phrase, and I called the cops, and I was like, "And you expected them to do something?" Like I didn't say it out loud, but that was like my first thought of like,
Yeah.
wow. Not usually my first go-to instinct because of experience.
Yeah.
They show up. They're very, very rude about a lot of stuff. Sometimes they write some things on a piece of paper. Sometimes they don't,
Nothing happens.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, and then it's done. It's weird. Um, oh man. The villains. Planning for July. I am still very much in the bad brain place of there's a July. Because
July.
yeah,
That's my reaction.
for reasons I'm not going to get into, I'm no longer traveling in June, like I was originally planning, and we have some friends that really want us to come visit in July, and I was like, I have a coffee account. If y'all really want this to happen, like, because other than a sudden influx of the cash,
Yeah.
it's not in the cards for us right now. Because
Random thing, not related to any of this. So I've been using a strainer to pee. Like I got it from the hospital to catch potential kidney stones. The dog took it.
Oh no.
So I no longer have a strainer.
Oh
so
no.
Hope I don't pass any kidney stones.
Oh, doggies. And yes, I mean you too.
My dog chewed it up.
I'm getting such an indignant look like right now. Like, what did I do? You did everything. Hey, Sasha, you want to come here and say hi to the people real quick? You want to come here? You come here?
Sasha.
You can. I know people. No, you're just going to go over there and sit down. Well, you know what? If you go over there and huff and sit down, I can do this.
Hi, Sasha.
You're still on camera. Yeah. I see you looking at me like that. Like, how dare you? How very dare. But yes, that's kind of the state that I'm in right now is all the dare.
Brent says. Oh.
What are you doing in 2 weeks?
That has a frowny face. Hopefully it's better than what we've been through.
Yes.
Yeah.
All I know is like because nobody goes to the theater anymore because movie theaters are dead, and nobody wants to admit that. Every movie studio is doing re-releases of movies that I love, that some of which I was not old enough to have seen in the theater when they initially
Oh, nice.
And I'm wanting to go, but we have a very painful movie theater in town that
doesn't qualify.
Yes, it does not qualify as a theater. Going to see a movie and then not being able to walk for the next hour and a half as you're trying to recombobulate your joints is not what I consider a good time out. So we would have to travel either all the way to Cape Girardeau or all the way to St. Louis to go to these. But I'm just like, you are doing the smart thing by making me go, wait, I could see Ripley in the theater? Because I was a child when the good Alien movies came out, and my parents would definitely never let me go see that. So
Nicole, what's the specific one that you gotta get? Because I just had one.
that's what I'm saying. You and Cat are twinsies.
I didn't know I had kidney stones until Friday. Where they then also had me have surgery that night. So, which type is it you get to have?
That sketch was so adorably cute, and I would actually love that.
Oh, you've got a big one. So they're gonna go into your kidney. So you get the incision one.
Yeah, you're just like so into it. It cracks me up.
So everyone be warned for when Cat's channel pivots to being, have you seen this medical procedure?
Yeah, the laser scope one. I had a cystoscopy / a ureteroscopy. So with the one that she's gonna have, they actually do like the little incision on the outside of the body and go in. Whereas mine, they went through my pee hole.
Which is
This is so much information.
I was about to say, this is a conversation that I'm sure Megan is just loving.
I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
Hey, at least you didn't have to get stabbed 5 times for an IV.
Yeah.
My foot still hurts.
Princess, come here. Come on. Yeah,
If anybody would like to see the bruise on my foot, it's in the Founders Lounge on Charlie's Discord.
Of all the things that I inherited from my mother, one of the ones I despise the most is I have what they refer to as rolling veins.
So my mom has rolling veins. My dad has deep veins. Guess who got both?
Oh no.
Yay!
Which is why it was so hard to get the IV. And they were trying to, use lidocaine to like numb the area before they did it. And I think that was just making it worse. Because I was dehydrated because I wasn't allowed to drink or eat anything. So it made it worse. Just stab me and get it over with.
It's a joyful time.
Fun time.
I'm sorry if I seemed so excited about that.
Like I'm somebody who I've been in and out of hospitals like my entire life. Some of my earliest memories are in hospitals. Because I had my I had my first major surgery when I was 2. And that would not be my last.
Yeah.
Basically from the age of 2 to about 16, I was in the hospital for something every 1 to 2 years, if not more frequently.
Yeah, so looks.
Come here, princess.
Hey,
If you're gonna be here, you gotta be on camera.
Oh,
ow. Just stand on top of me. Oh, okay. Go away.
Princess has the cutest little ears. I just want to
I know.
You just want to put them in your hands and just like play with the little frills at the end. Yeah.
Yes. Nessie, on the other hand, she's got little Yoda ears when her ears stick up, and it's so cute. I wish I could get a picture of it, but she always moves every time I try to grab my camera. I'm like, darn it, dog.
We have been having that problem. Brian is on the endless quest of trying to get a picture of Sasha's begging face. Because every time she sees him reach for her pocket, she runs and lays down somewhere, and often will shove her face into one of the chairs, like full ostrich mode, so that you cannot get a picture of her face. And he's getting quicker about it. And we've gotten some pictures that are kind of close, but you can a lot of them are blurred because he moved fast and she realized what was happening. So we have a lot of pictures of the dog as she's like very quickly like, no, you're not taking a picture. No. No pictures. No pictures.
Nessie, stop. Or princess, whoever you are, stop it. Yeah.
Welcome to parenthood.
Yeah, the worst experience I ever had in a hospital was a botched surgery that it took them 9 years to figure out how to fix.
Oh,
So I just had to endure pain for all that time because they were like, well, there's nothing we can really do about it. This is just your life now. And I did not like that answer.
yeah, that's a terrible answer.
Especially to give to a child, because the surgery in question I had when I was, I think, 6.
Oh.
Yeah. And to be told, like, yeah, your life's just constant pain now. Was
How about that?
That's traumatizing.
Thanks.
I thought you were going to make me better. What? This is not what I signed up for.
Yeah, before Friday, I'd only had a tooth taken out, and I had colonoscopies, which the anesthesia is completely different.
I have had 2 laparoscopic surgeries, so I have a scar on my belly button in the shape of a cross, and it cracks me up. I don't like looking at it, though, so I have a belly button ring, so I wear that because it covers it. But other than that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to go through all of the scars that I have because we should probably do another sprint. But my favorite scar is actually on my stomach, and it goes from side to side. I have like an evil smiley face because when I was 2, the muscle wall completely ripped apart in my stomach and my intestines tried to fall out.
Ow.
Oh, God.
Ow. Ow.
That was my first major surgery.
Gosh. Ow.
We were at the Memphis Zoo.
Ew.
And my only memory is turning around. I have a distinct memory of grabbing my stomach, turning around to my parents and going, my tummy hurts. And I don't remember anything for months after that.
Wow.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had a fun relationship with this body that
Nikki.
Yeah, it was a thing. It was a thing. But it has left me with this like weird smiley face scar on my stomach because it runs like all the way across because they had to cut everything open, fit everything back in, and stitch everything back up.
Wow.
And because I was so young, it has just grown up with me. So yeah, that used to be fun to try to explain to people like at the pool when I was a kid. And so I used to tell people like, oh yeah, I got into a knife fight.
Yeah.
Well, I got tired of kids picking on me, and when they see that you have this mammoth scar and you're just like, yeah, I got into a knife fight with somebody, don't worry, I won. And then they look at the scar again and they leave you alone. Like,
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. That's kind of the smart thing to do, even for someone who is obviously not using all their brain.
yeah, like it just felt like the easiest way to like, hey, I can leverage this to my advantage. So yeah, for anybody who knew me when I was a child and I told you that I got into a knife fight and that's where the scar came from. Not where the scar came from.
I knew a kid who had been in a knife fight. They had the wickedest scar.
Oh, I'm pretty sure somebody is still telling that story because, over time I did develop a whole mythology around it just because people started doubting the fact that somebody as young as me. So like I started kind of clipping together elements of various action movies I had seen and trying to make them kid appropriate version of that story.
Oh, that's funny.
Plus, I still had a really strong Ozark accent at the time, so it fed that really aided it because I was seen very much as a Southern hick at the time, so where we were living, so it kind of help people buy the mythology. But anybody who actually knew me could tell, like, there was absolutely no truth to any of the words coming out of my mouth because I am a bad liar. But, you know, bullies don't pay that close of attention to you.
No, they don't.
It worked. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Oh,
Yeah, it was.
it's
It was
gonna give
bad.
me nightmares. Just thinking about it.
Oh yeah, we won't even talk about some of the other things that I've had surgery for because
Yeah,
they're
I'm
truly
good.
nightmare fuel.
I'll just like close my
Yeah.
ears.
Yeah, because like everyone in my family, I have the ability to tell a good story, to spin a good yarn, but you can tell if it's a true story or not because I'm a bad liar, and that's what really worries people is how many of my stories I don't have to embellish because I was very dumb as a young adult and even dumber as a child. So I did very adventurous things.
Mm.
And it's really sad when you don't have to embellish because, like, yeah, things were messed up enough without having to add to this. In fact, most of the stories that I've told people, I have actively toned down because I know the reactions that I get when I tell what actually happened. Yes, my life has been interesting. Do not wish that on anyone.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah, and then we're not even going to get into the broken bones.
I've probably broken bones. Oh, I just never went to a doctor for it.
I have broken the bones in my feet so many times. Yeah, it's not even funny.
I've sprained like a ton of like
Okay, look,
and stuff.
I had a type, and it was very unhealthy. And yes, I have been on some dates with some very bad people. Some very, very bad people, but somehow survived. So yay! There we go, fireworks. Fireworks.
I wish we had that on all other stuff, by the way. I want the cool, like, but I don't like Mac, and Mac doesn't like me.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the iPad works for me at all.
And I'll just say, those are the safe for work stories, Nikki. There are other stories that would curl your hair that I don't tell because not so safe. Not fit for public.
I kind of want to crochet, but last night I was getting dizzy because of how fast I was moving the crochet hook.
Oh.
Like trying to watch as I crocheted, like I was getting dizzy because of how I had to move my hands.
Yeah.
So
thank you. Small pharmacy I'm consuming.
Yikes, that's a lot of stitches.
Yeah. So I don't know how much I'm going to get done during this, right? Because I want to get back to writing my poem.
Mm-hmm.
But the Chaos Demon has texted and has said he's on his way home. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing this, right? I know what I want to be doing, but also, life.
Mm.
My favorite scar, my absolute favorite scar, which sometimes people can see. I'm not going to say which eyebrow it is, but it's on. You can see the scar goes right through my eyebrow. I cracked my skull open when I was a year and a half on the corner of a stair, on the corner of a step.
Good night, CB.
Good night, CB.
No, that means that they are the one you should, because then you do what they tell you. Like,
oh yeah, I'm actually really good at giving dating advice because I can smell a creep. Like,
problem is you were just attracted to them.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like I will say the people that I have given dating advice to have all apologized to me afterwards for not taking it. Because I can tell if you're with a bad person, like, very easily.
Oh, look who it is.
Oh my goodness.
It's a Stephanie.
Hello.
Hello. How are
How are
you?
you?
How am I? Okay. Well, RV wise, we're doing great. Truck wise, not so great. Children wise, 2 out of 3 are doing absolutely fantastic. And writing wise, I'm trying to get back to it. So that sums it up all into one. I can elaborate any of those things you want. Totally fine. I'm totally good with it. But that's a summary of how it's going.
I have to say, this has kind of been a vent session stream for all of us. So if you need to take some time to vent, if you want to do that, I will gladly yield the floor.
Okay, so let me just preface this event session by saying states here in the nation that we live in are ridiculously stupid for one reason. So we were in Texas, and my oldest daughter, we had to go get her from a treatment center in Oregon like a year ago. And she's always said she wanted to go back to Oregon. I'm leaving as soon as I can. So she waited. It was the day of the eclipse. So she waited until the day after we did all our laundry. And then 3 days after we finally got her a regular backpack instead of a drawstring backpack. I didn't get her a regular backpack because I was like, I'll just give her more opportunity to like grab her stuff around at the door. But I eventually got her one because she's getting more and heavier books because she's getting higher up in high school, blah, blah, blah. So she waited until 3 days after we got the backpack, 1 day after we did the laundry, and then she left at 7 a.m. Last time she took off, she was like 11 or 12, and she came back in 3 hours because she decided it was too hard to like walk around at 1 o'clock in the morning. It's just cold. I'm like, all right, I'll give you 3 hours because we weren't even near anything. That's what like bewilders me. I'm like, why wouldn't you wait to run away till we're like closer to a major interstate or a city? We were very north east part of Texas, like 30 or 40 miles from the Oklahoma border.
Oh man,
so like
there's nothing.
We were at a campground in Point, Texas. So like by Lake Tawakoni, I don't know. It's just up in the corner. So we weren't near anything. I'm like, all right, I don't need to worry about. We're nowhere near nothing. Well, she left at 7 o'clock in the morning. I know this because she woke up my other kid, Jackson, who's 11, and told him, hey, I'm running away. I'm 2 hours behind schedule. Don't tell mom. Well, of course he told me. So I waited 3 hours and then I called the sheriff's department because I was like, call because after 3 hours she did come home. And now because they found her in Arizona of all places. Hold on. Oh, there was a spider on my back.
Oh man.
Oh okay. No.
Oh, okay.
The drama continues.
Oh my God. Jackson, can you come and get a toilet paper and get it up? Thank you. I'm not touching it. Okay, so they finally found her 6 days later in Arizona. But because at that point I was like, okay, she's obviously going to go to Oregon. So we were making our way up here to Oregon, or the Oregon, Washington area, when our truck started giving us errors and putting us into like limp mode. So we couldn't get out of second gear, like 20 miles an hour on the interstate. It's underneath that blanket right there. It's like a pale yellowish white color. There you go. Okay.
Maybe.
So, no, it's dead. So, because I was unable to physically go from Washington down to Arizona to retrieve said child, they took temporary custody of her, and now I'm like going to have a trial to see if I have parental neglect because I was unable to. The reason I have a parental neglect charge because I was not able to provide her a stable housing because I wasn't able to go get her, which my lawyer's like, once we collect like that, this is not the first time they've run away and all this other stuff that we have to deal with this child. She's pretty sure that I'm not going to have any charges, and Arizona's going to make sure she's really mentally stable because Oregon said she was, and that wasn't the case. I said she's really good at telling the therapist what they want to hear. So the therapist thinks that they're cured or they're good to go or whatever. So that is just, even my lawyer's like, and it's a court-appointed lawyer, but she's like, we get these all the time, and 90% of the time, unless there's some weird circumstances at home, like the charges are dropped. And the fact I still have 2 kids with me that I'm fully capable of taking care of, and then they're like, and we're going to bring into the fact that both you and your husband have disabilities, so it's not like you could go running down the road after her, even if you saw her walking out the door at 7 a.m. I must have been really tired because I always hear everything in the house in the morning. So I don't know how that even occurred, but it happened. And now we're in Texas, or not Texas, Washington State, at my in-laws' house. In-laws. He's single because his wife is no longer with us. But it's my father-in-law and my 2 brother-in-laws are up here on this nice wooded, treed area, which is great because the kids have plenty of space to run around. But we got up here and our truck has been pretty much dead. Like, we'll turn it on and we can drive it for like 30 minutes and then it'll error codes coming out of your butt. We finally got an appointment on Tuesday, and that they are wanting to keep it from Tuesday the 30th until May 14th.
Wow.
So even if we wanted to get the heck out of here, we wouldn't be able to because we have no dang truck to tow our trailer. So that's like the Arizona case thing, and then the truck thing is the most ridiculous. We were gonna go to South Dakota, go see Mount Rushmore, but then our truck started having issues. I'm like, well, let's just go to your dad's because I'd rather the truck die there, where we have like multitudes of cars to get us to places or emergencies or whatever, as opposed to the middle of nowhere. So we made it there. But yeah, they wanted to come get us, or they wanted me to come get my daughter, and there was no way I could afford to go down there. And even if I could like take a bus ticket or a plane down there, I would have to take Ileana, my 13-year-old, because I still help take care of their hygiene needs in the shower and stuff. So like, I'm not going, no competent person be like, oh, you're her stepdad can do it. No, that's not happening. And even if you wanted to, you wouldn't. But he doesn't. That's not even on the thing. So I'm like, it'd be the 2 of us going down there, hotel rooms and back. It's not. If we don't have money to fix the truck, how the heck do we have money to get bus or plane tickets there and back? So, but because we have no relatives in Arizona, I still don't understand to this day. I haven't talked to my daughter yet. I don't understand why she decided to go to Oregon by going over to Arizona, and then her plan was to go up through like Reno, Las Vegas, and up into Southern Oregon. And now she's stuck in Arizona while we handle this. And Arizona moves a lot slower than Oregon when it comes to like family court and stuff. Okay. And so, which is great because then she'll be like looked at by therapists longer, and then they'll be able to see her after her honeymoon phase, best behavior type thing. And then, but what's funny about it is that she hates the heat. She hates being hot. She hates sweating. She hates all that. Like the first time we got to Texas this past year, it was like Memorial Day weekend. It was like 75, and she's like, "It's so hot, I'm dying." And now she's like stuck in Phoenix, Arizona.
She might not have even picked the route.
Yeah. So there's also a police report going on, which doesn't involve me. I mean, there is this particular police report is because she started hitchhiking, and then someone bought her a Greyhound bus ticket heading towards Arizona. And then once she was in Phoenix, a grown adult by the age of 40 years old said, "Oh, you can come stay with me." And then things happened, and now there is a investigation happening with that. Thankfully, it didn't, like, according to my daughter's statements and according to medical appointments, it didn't go that far, but there was other things. So there's that. So, it's just a whole whatever.
I apologize for the chuckling. It's just
so when I was talking to the sheriff's department and talking to the investigator, who also her job is to go online and pretend she's a teen boy, teen girl, and like trap pedophiles. I wasn't like upset or crying, and like they put that in the report that I didn't seem too distraught. I'm like, because it's not the first time this has happened. Like it's just a pattern with her. So after a while, you kind of get, I don't know if dead inside, but like you kind of get
desensitized.
there you go.
Desensitized,
That's the
yeah.
word. Desensitized to these behaviors because it's just another thing that happens. So I don't know. Should I be like,
There's no point in freaking out. It's not going to do anything.
No, there's not. So
Yeah, both of my sisters and my older brother ran away a lot. So I actually used that as leverage when I was a kid every now and then to be like,
I didn't run away, Mom. It's fine.
No, more like I can run away, you know. You know, like, I don't have to be there. They found a way out. I can find a way out too. But yeah, the reason I was chuckling is the way I started the stream today was by giving the warning, like there's still a strange, weird energy in the air and chaos is hitting everyone. Like the great hurricane of chaos that is just randomly striking the world right now. Like the story that you're telling me, while I have not heard that exact story, like it fits in line with so many of the stories that I've been hearing.
Don't worry, I did not take offense to me telling this.
It's
you
just
chuckling. Did not, no offense taken at all whatsoever.
There's literally like this great storm of chaos striking everyone so hard right now.
Even my lawyer's like, what do you expect to do? Like, sit on her and prevent her from hopping out the door? I'm like, yeah, she did it when everyone was sleeping. So how the heck? 15. She'll be 16 in August. In fact, in Texas, if she was 16, she would be reported as missing, not a runaway.
Oh.
So.
Haley, I feel like this needs to be a t-shirt because, yeah, I feel like this is the standard state of things right now. I'm sorry, I've built an immunity to information right now. Like, I know I'm supposed to be like feeling one certain way about what you're saying, but have you seen the news lately? Have you like been keeping up with everything? Everything's crazy. Yeah. This great. Yeah. I agree, but like the world is, yeah.
And another good thing about Arizona is the requesting. Well, because me and my ex-husband got divorced in Oregon, they're going to request all that information, and then since all of Hannah's, she's now going by Will now. Will's medical information, all her therapy and all their therapy and stuff, Arizona's therapist will be able to see it, and then they'll be able to like just see it's just not a random thing, and you know, so that's one good thing about it is they'll have all the information regarding this child in one spot instead of just bits and pieces.
Yeah, because they have to get it from everywhere.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's what's going on there, you know. But
in our regular segment of not sponsored but willing to be, this brought to you again by Liquid Death. Murder your thirst. Like, yeah, I'm sorry. Just can we just?
You know, I was telling Jeannie about it, and is that how you say her name? Jeannie Noble. Is that how you say her name? Ginny. Okay. I was telling her about it on TikTok messaging last time. I'm like, I haven't told anybody. I don't like being judged. I was like, I don't know. Today I woke up and I was like, I don't really care. Everyone knows about my daughter and running away. But oh my God, I can't open this.
Life is so much chaos right now for so many people, and I can only hope that.
I just hope they get the care that they need, because we weren't even fighting. There was no arguments going on. Like the only arguments going on was between them and little brother because they're older sibling, younger sibling, so they were fighting. Not like punching each other, just like picking at each other. So, like that just bewilders me. Like they chose to run away at a time that we weren't even fighting, but the fact that they waited till all the laundry was done, they waited. Oh yeah, that's right. We had some. We went to a church at one of the campgrounds we're at, and they handed out these homeless bags that had like hand warmers in them. You know, you put the like hot hands, and then they had emergency blankets, like the shiny metal ones that you can cover up in dust. So my daughter took like 5 of each. So like they had a plan. It wasn't like a spur of the moment. I'm mad. I'm gonna leave in the morning. It was. Okay, wait till all the laundry's done. Let's wait until I have my bag. Let's wait until
premeditated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that they waited until I would have, like, if I was going to run away, I would have waited till we were closer to any major city or actual interstate.
Yeah.
We were in county roads. Like, that's what was nearby. And the fact that they were able to hitchhike on the morning of the eclipse when they had extra police presence in the area.
Yeah, like.
And they said, we haven't seen anyone walking around, because if we do see anyone walking around on the county roads, we stop to talk to them because nobody walks on these roads. I'm like, well, obviously they're able to hide from you if that happened.
Yeah.
Obviously not good at your job.
I didn't want to say that, but that's what I felt like saying. Like, you missed them at some point, so.
See previous ACAB conversation about cops earlier in the stream. We had a secret theme today, and we didn't even know it. Alrighty. Well, the Chaos Demon is home, and there's a lot of voices outside my house, and I kind of want to investigate and hopefully maybe get some more work done on the poetry thing. So let's go ahead and try doing a sprint real quick. Trust me, it's 20 minutes. It's fine. Laura, never change this one. Just, you can make a different one if you want to. That's fine. Please leave this one up. Please leave this one up. This one gives me life.
Enjoy the chaos this one so.
I love this one so much. Please leave it. Please, for me. For no one else, leave this one up for me. It makes me so happy. All right. Let's go ahead and get the sprint started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. And we're back. How did everybody do? How's it going? Were people able to get anything done? I had a long conversation with my husband because he just got home.
I changed the wording of my titles. Which I didn't really. I just changed it from spelling the numbers out to having numerals. That's it.
Oh, the great ecumenical matter
Right.
when it comes to titles.
I'm starting a new. It's book one in a new series, but related to Love and Rockaway Beach. So I'm like, I want the chapter titles to be all formatted the same. So they're going to be like chapter 1 with the number 1, or chapter 1 spelled O-N-E, or just one, But I'm not naming my titles. No, I'm not doing that.
That's the other great ecumenical debate. Oh my goodness. I'm assuming you're already gone, but yeah, I almost had a screech fest last night because while we were doing the hangout in the Discord, I don't know if you heard it or anybody heard it or not, but Angel Dust's song "Poison" from Has Been Hotel started playing on the playlist, and oh, that song hits me right hard in the feels. I love that character way too much, and for anybody who knows my backstory, you understand why. But yeah, such a good show. So much better than it has any right to be, being a goofy little show about demons. Good show. How'd you do, Megan?
I got distracted by Sean, so nothing happened.
Important question here. Was it a good distraction or a bad distraction?
It was kind of an annoying distraction.
Oh, man. All right.
So, yeah. I was just like, are we done yet? Because he's going to Comic-Con, and so he's trying to set up plans and stuff like that, and we have to be very, like, conscious of my safety with, like, all the stuff going around and whatnot. So we're going over. He's like, "Are you sure you're okay with this?" And I'm like, "Yes, it's fine. I've already agreed to it." And yeah, so it was just annoying.
Yeah, while I'm very upset that I'm not doing the traveling thing that I originally thought I was going to be doing this year, I'm also like really happy I'm not doing the traveling thing because I like the idea of going and talking to a conference and all that, but I've had enough health things this year. I don't need to pick up a con crud of any kind, and I can think of very few large congregations of people that I've ever been around in a convention like setting where that wasn't a thing that happened. Even prior to the pandemic, like somebody was always passing around a flu or a something.
Yeah.
Every single one. Haley, I love their sweet little soft boy Lucifer. Like he is so near and dear to my heart, and I am really curious. I don't know if you've seen the whole series. I don't know if I want to do spoilers yet. Let's just say I have theories about next season. I have very strong theories about next season because I think I know who Alistair sold his soul to. I'll just say it that way. I think I know who owns Alistair's soul, and that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Yay! Right? Take that, depression! Like every time he said something like that, I was just like, oh, why are you like all the feels right now? Like, yeah, my daughter was staying out with me. Take that, depression! Yeah, I won't do any spoilers. Let me know when you're caught up because it's such a good show. It's such a good show. And the music.
Where do you guys watch it on?
Has Been Hotel is currently, I think, Amazon Prime exclusive, but they have a free tier with ads now. So
Okay.
I think it's a
I haven't
free
watched it, or even heard about it. But if you guys are saying it's so great, I might devote more time to it.
It has a very specific sense of humor. If you've ever seen the internet shorts, Hell of a Boss, it's the same team that did Hell of a Boss, which is available on YouTube to watch for free, which is also really, really good. It's about a group of demon assassins and all of the shenanigans that they get up to, and one of the most twisted and beautiful romances in short form, stupid cartoon life. But it is a musical. It has, like, the fact that David Keefe is in it, who plays this grizzled old bartender. It's just, the cast is phenomenal, like really good. It's a bunch of Broadway performers that, like a bunch of Tony Award winning Broadway performers that have lended their voices to the cast. It is oddly wholesome. I can't remember her real name. Stephanie Beatrice, I think, is her name.
Beatrice, I think.
Beatrice. Most people know her from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. She was also on in Encanto. She plays just an amazing character that I almost did spoilers for. She plays an amazing character in this, and I love her so much, and she just gives me life. But most of the people I know that have watched that have found one of the denizens of the underworld that they identify with way too strongly, and unfortunately mine is Angel Dust. It just reminds me a lot of a young me, like way too much of a young me. And
No, I think the only like YouTube only series, YouTube series that I've watched that is animated, meaning drawing, is it came out like 10 years ago. Not very many people know it, but then when I send it to them, they're like, "This is great, and your sense of humor is horrible," and I love it. It's Llamas with Hats. Yeah, great. People know it. We can still be friends. No. It took me like 3 years to send the series to my husband. I'm like, okay, we've been married for 3 years. We're good. Like, I'll send it to you. Because not everyone like finds that stuff funny, but my kids all like it. Yes, my kids have all seen it. It's fine.
But yeah, Hazbin Hotel was not what I expected, because it looks like it's just going to be this goofy, funny comedy show, and it is that. But it has some moments in it that are, like all good comedy, it's rooted in pain. Like, I don't know how else to say it, because just with people wanting to prove themselves and who they are, and just I don't want to do any spoilers for Spence and anybody else who hasn't seen it. Let's just say there are a lot of very touching moments that are somehow scattered throughout this mess of a show, that it makes me so happy. It is one of my few happy places in the world right now, and I'm glad that you are enjoying it, because it's just so happy. I mean, it's not, because one of the opening songs that you get in the show is Adam explaining all the terrible things they're going to do to the people in hell, because Adam is really a jerk in this, and I co-sign that. Adam, the original jerk. But yeah, it's silly, it's funny, it is profane, and oddly the most Christian thing I've ever seen, which I just find hilarious, that all of the things that actually hold to the ideals that people who profess Christianity are supposed to be upholding right now are all being done by people using Satan and demons, because the church has failed. Just gonna say it flat out. Like, if you want the wholesome content, hunt down the demons. That's where it is right now, because and I say this as a religious leader in this country. Yeah, it's a problem. But it's such a good show. Such a good show. I hate to speed off, but we are now just doing 2 hours a stream. And believe it or not, for anybody who's been here the whole time, we've only got like 4 minutes left.
Wow.
Let's make those 4 minutes count.
So just a reminder for anybody who missed my announcement earlier at the beginning of the stream, I'm not going to be doing a stream on this channel next Wednesday because it is Beeltena, and so I will be over on my other channel doing some of the magics live on the internets, because we need some goodness in life, in our lives. And if nothing else, if I can just write some good Roskana, and give some people some encouragement and hope. If nothing else comes out of it, then maybe a little bit of encouragement and hope on this holiday that means oh so much to me. Totally worth doing. So we will be over on my Creations Paths channel next Wednesday. Well, I will be. I don't know if anybody's going to be joining or not, because I always feel weird inviting people to stuff like that. Like, I put a link out. If people show up, they show up. It's fine. But I'm really looking forward to that. I am trying to find a really nice virtual bonfire. I might even make one for us to have on screen during that, because what is Beeltena without a bonfire? So I'm currently looking at trying to get some nice virtual bonfires for us so that we can have that burning in the background while we're meeting. So that's going to be next week. I am hopefully going to do what I did this month and get everything scheduled for next month for all of the streams. Don't forget, you can join us tomorrow for Chaos Incarnate. Thursday streams, so much insanity. We do things like a lot of times here lately. Megan and Brian and the others have been playing Don't Starve together. I've been playing whatever game is giving me life at the time. Sometimes we all play different games on the same stream and just flip back and forth between them. It's about the hanging out and the conversation, not about the game that's being played. It's a lot of fun. Definitely check it out. I got like a couple hundred words written in the stream. It's fine. It's fine. We're getting there. We're getting there. Productivity is not always the goal. Keeping our brains well and self-care, to me, is always the goal, especially with creativity. Because, at least for me, the easiest way to quash creativity is when your brain gets into a funk.
I didn't realize I was muted for a second there. I was talking and no one was answering, and I was like, oh.
This appears to be the look. Even the dog got worked up about that one. Does anybody have anything that they would like to promote before we run off?
I finally made a Substack, so
Woo!
yeah, I know people have been telling me about it for like ages, but I finally created one last night / this morning, and because I have a lot of stuff to talk about, it's called RV Writer Mom. That is
Nice.
That's what you're going to get, a little bit of everything, because I can't seem to stick to one topic as much as I try.
Definitely.
I feel that so hard.
Send me a link to that so I can add it to my recommendations list. Because
same.
That's one thing I love about Substack, is being able to recommend people that you like and other things that you like, and seeing it. I got all emotional today for absolutely no reason, because my emotions are right here. Because I got a new subscriber to my stuff because they apparently subscribed to Glory's Substack, and
nice.
me through her recommendations. And I was like, I got like all the feels, because I was in a very low point this morning. But I love that, being able to help, bring everybody up with you, as you're getting subscribers, being able to go, hey, check out these awesome people. Yeah. I like that that's built into it. Alrighty.
Speaking of Substacks, before we head off, I have a Substack called Trash Panda Feminism. It's a lot of fun. Got some feminist topics, disability topics, a lot of interesting conversations going on. Right now, my latest post is a poll. So if you really like voting on stuff, go head on over there, vote on the poll, because I really would like some answers. You don't have to subscribe in order to vote. You just have to click the button. It's that easy. And that is my little spiel.
Oh, and I may at some point follow me on the social medias. I'm CE Dorset on everything, but I post mostly on Threads and Blue Sky. Apparently, I got an email today from Substack. They just rolled out the ability to do live streams on Substack.
Oh,
I did see that, like in the notes section or something, I think it said.
So I'm kind of thinking about trying that out, because I think maybe doing some subscriber only streams over there might be a lot easier than some of the ways that it's done in other places. So definitely let me know what you think about that. About that, I kind of want to test it out, so do keep an eye out, because if I do it, it's mostly going to be me hitting buttons. It's going to be like my first live stream here, that if you ever want to look it up, it's hilarious, because I didn't know I was live until I noticed the chat scrolling, because somehow people found it. And yeah, it's going to be kind of like that. Like, ooh, what's this do? Ooh, how's that work? Ooh, it's going to be annoying and obnoxious, but I want to kind of play with it.
I found out the other day that you could do live from your phone on YouTube. That it'll go out to all your subscribers plus 25 extra people. I tried it out the other day. No one watched it. I didn't really want anyone to watch it. I was just testing it out. Barrett Laurie has commented on it, so I know it's easily findable if you really want to look at my stuff. But it was just mainly like, oh, let's see how this goes. Because at that time, I was in poor service area, so my phone was working better because I didn't have any free Wi-Fi to use. But now we're on property, and we got like 3 different Wi-Fi signals to choose from, so we're great.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm just always looking for ways to add more value to certain things that we're doing, and I think it might actually be more beneficial if we tried to bring back, what do we call it? It was the fantasy fiction, the
free for all.
The stream that we used to do where we helped people with their stories and everything. Maybe doing that over there in a more private setting or something. I don't know. I'm looking at some of the ways to use it, but I just kind of want to play with it because it's new and shiny, and I like new and shiny.
Okay, so I've been living underneath a rock, apparently. What is Blue Sky? Is there a simple spiel on that?
Yes, Blue Sky was actually supposed to be the next version of Twitter. Twitter had hired the gentleman who actually built the original Twitter to help them revise and rebuild the site from the ground up because the code was bad. And then Elon Musk bought Twitter and canceled their contract with them. And they went, okay, then, and released it as its own app. Okay. And so it's basically the original founders of Twitter. They're new.
Starting Twitter over again.
Yeah, starting Twitter again. Of the options that are out there, because of the way feeds work on Blue Sky, I love Blue Sky more than I do Threads. Because you can look up your interests, and it's not hard to make a custom feed, but a lot of people have already made feeds for your interests that are just pulling in multiple hashtags, some of the like major voices on a specific topic, so that you can really easily find stuff that you're interested in. I've even made a couple feeds over on Blue Sky for some things. I find it much more engaging in that way because the Threads algorithm does not understand me at all.
And
so my husband has Threads, and he's always trying to like curate like what's on his feed, and then he'll open it up and there's like boobs in his face. It's like, I don't even I tease him about it all the time. Like,
that happens to me too, and I'm like, you're really barking up the wrong tree. Like
all of us post about like travel and computer IT related stuff. So how is giant boobs like in there?
It gets weird. Like I would never open Threads on a live stream because you never know what's going to be on that For You page. It's
Yeah, that's kinda
random
true.
chaos. Yeah, it is
I'll
random
admit to
chaos.
that.
And
Is
I
the
kind of
thing-
want any of them to succeed. I don't really have like a favorite. Yep, that's it.
Cool.
I don't really care which one wins. I don't have a horse in the race. I miss Twitter, like back before it became the garbage fire that it became before Elon Musk, and definitely afterwards. I didn't think it could get worse than what it was, and then I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So I'm kind of posting the same thing to both, but I get.
I mainly post the threads. I'm like, I'm gonna layer a little bit longer. What should I do? Oh, I'll post something on threads. I'll respond to somebody's. It's not like my first thought or my 10th thought of the day.
But I highly I like both. Like I said, I do not have a winner in here. Again, back to our original thing, not sponsored but willing to be. But yeah, that's the closest thing I have to an easy way to get news out about it. But I'm gonna kind of, because I do want to play with this new feature and see how it works, especially because I have been asked if I would be willing to teach some classes on various topics, and I'm wondering if this might be an interesting way to do that. Because finding a place for that, in my day job, we use software that I'm not going to name right now because I don't know how litigious they are, but they are the worst, and I despise them, and they're very popular. And I will not be using it personally. So I'm looking for a platform that I can use for that. But yeah. Anywho, that's about it for us today. I will see who I see tomorrow. Have the fun, y'all. Bye.